Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Reimagineer, where we literally blow up your favorite attractions or places. This week, we're going to Reimagineer the Land Pavilion. Was that intro too much? Was it a little much?
That was good.
I mean, I don't know if we're blowing them up per se,
Imploding?
but
We should.
we're just leveling them.
Leveling. That's a better word.
That involves dynamite.
I like blowing up things because I'm not allowed to. So it's like a dream. I'm using my imagination. We should do the imagination.
That's not. Yeah, I was gonna
pavilion.
say, like, hey,
Hey-o.
Hey.
All right, man. This is gonna be
sorry,
fun.
people who are listening on the podcast version, not the video version. I just showed my shirt that has Figment on it, and it was relevant to what Dave just said. You should watch on YouTube.
Yes.
You should.
Just saying.
Which is now YouTube. We actually premiere these on YouTube, so we're live in the chat. The video's not live, but we're live in the chat.
It's fake.
Okay, let's jump in with the history and just dive right in. So,
Wait, what are we reimagineering?
the Land Pavilion.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
The pavilion was dedicated to human interaction with the earth. That is a
Wow.
weird sentence. Focusing on agriculture and travel. It opening day of Epcot, October 1st, 1982, as part of the Phase 1 features for the grand opening of what was then known as Epcot Center. The land, dedicated to human interaction with the land itself, explores how humans can both use the land for benefit, but how also we can destroy it. I feel like we're really good with it. The 2 million square foot facility features 4 attractions soaring around the world: Living with the Land, a film called Awesome Planet, and the Behind the Seeds tour. The land is located in the future World West, which is planned to be redesigned to World Nature, right? Is that what it's going to be called in Epcot's new cool fun thing? All right.
Yep.
All right, it's gone through 3 significant phases. The first incarnation involved a 10-year sponsorship under Kraft Foods from 1982 to 1992. In 1993, that was the year I graduated high school. Plans were made. Plans were made to update and modernize the overall tone of Epcot Center, including a major refurbishment of the Land Pavilion. Kraft withdrew the sponsorship and Nestle took over. Okay, can we stop right there? How is it that Nestle took over as a sponsor, dumped all this money into it, and didn't have their like crazy bunny mascot to have to be as a part of it? Like, what a missed opportunity.
Chocolate milk?
I know. The land ride could have been in chocolate milk.
It could have been like Willy Wonka. You know, they go through the like river of chocolate.
Yes. Have y'all had the strawberry milk?
I love strawberry milk.
Really?
I don't drink the chocolate milk. I actually only get the strawberry milk.
Okay. All right. I feel you. Okay. Back on track. Co-financed by Nestle, the Walt Disney World Resort, a gradual refurbishment of the pavilion began September 27, 1993. Almost done. Halfway done. The Kitchen Cabaret Review, another of the pavilion's original attractions featuring audio animatronics presented about nutrition, closed on January 3rd of 1994. Were you finally alive by then?
Nope.
Nope.
It was replaced with a new show titled Food Rocks, which features some of the elements from the original show with an updated presentation intended to be more modern and appealing to younger audiences. I'm going to guess how well that went over. The most significant change to the land
Ask
during
me if it was appealing to me.
Oh, sorry.
Ask me if it was appealing to me.
Was it appealing to you?
I never watched it.
Okay.
I was never interested
What about
enough to
on
watch
YouTube?
it. No, I mean, like when I was younger,
Okay.
I was never interested in it.
Okay. Well, Food Rocks, by the way.
And so now Soren is there, so it's better.
The most significant change to the land was during its 2004 to 2005 refurbishment was the closure of an entire demolition of Food Rocks, which happened on January 3rd, 2004. And Matthew ruined my entire story by telling you it was taken place by Soarin', a major attraction that was originally designed and built for Disney California Adventure Park, which is still there. And that's where you have to go to watch the California version that used to be at Epcot.
Whew, that's a lot of history. So now that we got that out of the way, Dave, why don't you tell us how you would reimagine the Land Pavilion?
Okay. Gonna be honest, guys. This isn't my best idea. I honestly found this challenging, which I guess is good, but mostly because the land is probably my favorite spot in Epcot. And so I'm all like, well, I love everything in it. I love the living with the land. I love Soren. Like, I even took my son the last time we were there and we watched the new movie, Awesome Planet. Like, I like almost everything about it. So Brandon, Matthew, will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Light the sticks of dynamite and let's level this thing. Boom. Okay. And I'll start off by saying this because I don't really mention it. There it is. I don't really mention it in my story, but we're getting rid of this 2-story thing. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You enter on the second story of where there's literally, if you go left, you get bathroom and elevator and garden grill. If you go right, you get Awesome Planet, and that's it. Everything is downstairs. So we're just going to enter on that level. Okay. All right. So here we go. I feel like this should be like cool music, like you would be at like Pandora, right? It'd be like, as you walk toward the totally new designed pavilion.
Where's Mike when we need him?
Exactly. Thank you. Anyway. All right. I'll be serious. As you walk toward the new totally redesigned pavilion, you slowly become immersed in nature. And what I mean by that is, when you're out there and you walk up that long slope that takes you to the unnecessary second story, as far as we know, clearly there's a reason why it's like that. But as you're making that walk, think of how the transition from Discovery Island to Pandora, think of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's going to be like. So you're being fully immersed in nature. Okay. So by the time you get to the entrance, you will fully feel transported into the land. All right.
Okay.
You will enter on the ground floor. Thank you, Tom Cruise. With Soren still to your left. That's not going anywhere. But you have now entered into a full botanical experience. So what I mean is the roof is now a glass structure that allows plenty of natural light for all of these living botanicals.
Wow.
The entire seating area is now surrounded and invaded almost by trees, flowers, and plants that help tell the story of the importance of living in harmony with the land. Okay, so you see I'm going with the educational piece, which is a lot of what Epcot used to be. The living with the land attraction. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Do you think you can handle this?
I don't know.
Is not going anywhere.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I can handle that.
Now, what's going to happen is 2 major things. It's going to be updated with new scenes and a new script. Disney, that must be narrated by Mike. This is not an option to use anybody else. Okay? Mike makes that ride. Anyway, the ride would change to the original proposed name. Does anybody know what it used to be?
Listen with the land?
Listen to the land. Yes. Yeah. And that would be the focus on the new script and story. So there's the ride. Now, originally there was also supposed to be a land keeper character.
Oh, fun.
And that was going to be the mascot, for lack of a better term.
Figment's cousin.
Yes. So I would bring that character into the story and have him represented, or her, represented in the main area through interactive features telling all about the trees and flowers and plants that are in the Land Pavilion. So imagine almost like an interactive museum piece. I know this is probably a snooze fest for children, but you go over it and there's an iPad-like device and you touch it, and it's like the land keeper guy or girl telling about this here tree is all about this and it's important for this and what it does is bring what, like, you get what I'm saying, right? I don't know why my voice went to that weird thing, but that's what it did.
Lord help me.
Okay. But
it's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
There it is. So it would share info on the plant species and how they benefit the land and us. All right. Are you with me? All right, here we go.
Gotcha.
Now, COVID times, it's a bit different, but I've always loved the different foods that is offered at Sunshine Seasons, but the cafeteria feel has always just been really ugly to me. Are you with me?
I get it.
Yep. Okay. So it would be fully redesigned and every meal would offer something that you see in the newly updated Listen with the Land boat ride and would be shared in the food description and like on the menu to add to the full experience of the Land Pavilion. So when you go and get your whatever garden burger, or if you get a hamburger, it's going to be like the lettuce on this came from our land area where we're growing all this lettuce every year. You know how Mike says how much lettuce is grown there. I should memorize that script. Anyway, so all of the foods would incorporate something from the Listen to the Land. Now, like I said, Soarin' would stay as is, and there would be no second floor. Since there's no second floor, the garden grill has to go somewhere. And why I think that's worth keeping is because it's a character experience meal. Like that's worth keeping. And it was cool because if you weren't aware of this or never eaten there, it actually slowly spins.
Yeah.
And so, and there's when you're riding on Living with the Land, when you're going by the house area, which fun fact, the house number is 82, which was the year that Epcot opened.
And the dog is the dog from Carousel of Progress.
That's right.
And the house is rumored to be the home from Carousel of Progress.
Yeah.
But it's never been confirmed.
But anyway, you can see that's the section of the ride that you actually can see in that restaurant, and it turns. So what I would do is, since we're redesigning the Living with the Land ride and the script and everything, I would put that restaurant so it's even more immersed somewhere in the land, because it's got to stay. That'd be really cool. And added to that character meal to land this feel and have this Landkeeper character there. Landkeeper would be one of the characters at the character meet and greet to join them.
I love it.
Oh,
Okay.
I like
now, so I would also feature the Landkeeper in the Behind the Seeds tour, and this would sprinkle the new character throughout all of the land. You're welcome.
Don't you mean it would hundreds and thousands?
Yes,
then?
hundreds and thousands.
Hundreds and thousands.
So that is my really lame attempt to reimagineer the land, but at least there's no more second floor. I'm sorry that the film is gone, but I just like, there's no need for that second floor. Let's just Well, I'm sure structurally and whatever's going on behind Epcot or underneath, I'm sure there's a reason it's built like that, but we get to do anything we want to when we blow up these lands, right?
Sure.
Okay. That's what I came up with.
Okay. I
All
hear
right.
it.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
So you have the new Sunshine Seasons and the Garden Grill. They're very close to each other food wise. What are you gonna how's the food gonna be different? Separate food. Different menus.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't think too much about the food, so I would keep Sunshine Seasons as it is, but I would redesign the whole, grab a tray and go through that cafeteria experience. But what I would do in the menu is make sure that, obviously, when you get the Crustables prepackaged food for the kids, that kind of stuff wouldn't. But every, legit meal would be, the goal would be to require something that was grown in the pavilion or made in the pavilion, just to tie that together. So so I didn't really think too much about it, because because there's some Asian food that's in that. That you can get a veggie burger, I think, and then of course you can get but then there's you can get chicken legs for kids. So there's it's one of my favorite places for kids meals offerings. It's one of the few places you can go. There's actually multiple things that you really can't get anywhere else for kids. And as a dad who usually brings his kids, it's so nice that you can get a chicken leg that's literally baked and not fried. Chicken fingers. So it's really great.
Awesome.
Neat.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's my lame attempt.
Shall I take a turn? Take
You
a
shall.
whack at this? I love it.
You can take a turn.
Okay. Dave, your idea was great. I have to, it's not even like a criticism, but I have to, you'll hear why I can't go with that. So because the land is in world nature now, I find it a little odd that the land is inside.
Agreed.
Why is it inside? Okay, so it's cool that we're reimagining the Land Pavilion, but it's not going to be a pavilion anymore. The land will be an area. So I'm going to pretend for a second that elevation isn't a factor. And I don't really know how big of a deal it is anyways, because you have to walk up to the land and go down to Soarin' and Living with the Land. Anyway, we're leaving Living with the Land and Soarin', just like Dave. But a building for everything else isn't necessary. It feels like a mall. That's basically what it feels like.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is we level that area. Everything is on the ground level, just like Dave said. No building. It's going to be an incredible natural area. So when I say that, it means there's going to be some nice shade. So though it won't be air conditioned, it will be outside and shaded and nice, because that's how that area is outside of the Land Pavilion already. Yeah. It's nice and shaded. That's one of the things I really love about that area. Okay, so how's this all going to work? So we have Soarin', and Living with the Land are right next to each other now, and that's where they're going to stay. But we're going to move the queues and have them have their own, their own entrances, because Soarin' will have its own major marquee entrance. Living with the Land will have its own it'll have its own marquee entrance. So I love it. Okay. And then what are we going to do? We're just going to leave Soarin' and Living with the Land right where they are. And then we will go ahead and add a new walk-up quick service location.
Okay.
And because you have this incredible, awesome natural area, that's all going to be outdoor seating where you can hang out in the shade, eat some delicious foods. I don't know if it'll be Sunshine Seasons. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it'll have that same feel. An outdoor cafeteria perhaps is nicer than an indoor cafeteria.
True. Because you'll be living with the land.
Yep.
With the land.
So yeah, I mean, that's what I got. I don't think we need Awesome Planet. I mean, it's a great film. I love it. I love how they have all the interactive things in there. But
sounds amazing.
It sounds great. Yeah. It looks great. They have cool effects in there, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think Garden Grill is necessary because there actually is already a character meal in Epcot.
Several, yeah.
So I think that'd be okay to leave too. But yeah, I think we keep Living with the Land. We keep Soarin'. We reroute the line so we have room to put this quick service location, and it's right in between both. So hopefully this quick service location will somewhat hide the show buildings for Soarin' and Living with the Land.
Yeah, because those are big buildings.
They are. That indeed.
They are.
That's all I got.
That's good. I like it.
That's good.
Fun. I mean, I like the outside feel that you just pummel the building all together and you do. I mean, the one advantage is that I think you need to keep in your new design is there is tons of places to sit in there, which is great. So make sure, I feel like a lot of these places now, but it's probably COVID related, but you go there and it's like, dang, you can't find a seat anywhere to sit down and eat right now. But that's probably because half of it's blocked off. Yeah.
I mean, I think it could be a good, like I said, that walk-up quick service would also have that massive seating area in this naturally shaded area. So I think that would be fun. Another thing, I think Living with the Land, the queue isn't that big of a deal because it doesn't typically have the longest line, but it has a super lame queue.
It does. Yeah.
So it does. I think just to build like a small area that would be just a little bit nicer and give the land or Living with the Land that queue that it deserves, incorporate the land logo, things like that. I would love to see that.
There is one thing. Was it when we went there and your friend met us, who was a former cast member? There's all of this stuff written on the wall.
There's a bunch
that
of quotes.
Part of the queue is cool.
Yeah.
It's like from children, isn't it?
The quotes?
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's from, like, you have stuff from Walt Disney in there, and
that part was
Maya
cool,
Angelou,
but the rest of it is just a rectangular zip line queue.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty brutal, and I always get confused as to how that line works because it's like sometimes I go up and around, sometimes I go up down around the queue and back around. It's like, can we?
And then there's a giant wall in the middle of it. And sometimes you don't have to go behind the wall.
Sometimes you do have to go behind the wall. It's like, what is going on? And anyway.
That's good, man.
That's what I got.
That's good.
Brandon, you're last.
Now I have to go after both of you guys, and we've already established that there's not a whole lot to do with this area.
That's right.
So I'm gonna incorporate some from everybody, and then add a couple more things of my own. So first of all, we've all agreed we have got to get rid of the building. I agree with Matthew. The land is inside. The land is not on the land. So building, gone. Now, I'm going to leave Living with the Land. I'm going to place it at the back of the open area that's created by getting rid of the building. The entrance to the Living with the Land attraction. The queue will be all outside with the sunshade covers, kind of like they have over at Toy Story Land for Slinky Dog, but with flora and fauna, trees, things like that. But I picture the marquee for the Living with the Land almost looks like the Rainforest Cafe entrance at Animal Kingdom. If you know what
I'm hearing it.
about, the one that you go in the park, the one that you can go in the park. So that's what I kind of picture, the Land logo with one of those kind of marquees up there.
I like it.
And then, so that'll be the entrance for Living with the Land. So that will be there. Now, this may be a super duper unpopular opinion, but I'm not sure what Soarin' has to do with land.
Oh no.
Dude,
I'm not sure
dude.
what Soarin'. Now, don't
You
fret.
go over land.
Don't fret. I'm not getting rid of Soarin'.
Oh,
I'm
thank
not.
goodness.
That ride will still be in Epcot. I'm just going to move it over where Mission Space is. I don't see the point of that ride any longer. That's for another Reimagine this for another day. But I'm moving the Soarin' ride to where Mission Space is. So the only attraction at the Land Pavilion, in order to convene with nature, I don't think we had to put a bunch of mechanical stuff in there. I just think a nice boat ride through nature is all that area needs. So that's what I'm going to do. Featured attraction. We're leaving Living with the Land. We're leaving Mike's silky smooth voice.
Yes.
People are going to think he paid us to continue to say this,
But
we
no.
no.
We're that
we had
passionate
so
about
much
it.
fun with him on a couple shows ago. We just love that guy, and we love what he's contributed to Disney. So we're going to leave Mike's voice there.
Silky
so that's going to be the featured attraction. Now, because we don't have a pavilion anymore, right? And we're right next to Nemo. We have the Living Seas. Now we have Land and Sea. This area is going to be called Land and Sea.
Okay.
So you're going to have the Land Pavilion, Living with the Land ride. You'll have a quick service there, kind of like Matthew and Dave have already said. Great food from Living with the Land. But what I think they should do is they should bring the demonstrations from inside the Living with the Land or the Living Seas Pavilion outside, so that the people who are eating at the quick service can enjoy this area while they're eating. Now, I don't want it to go full SeaWorld or anything like that. These are just educational shows. They have the diver inside of the Living with the Seas. They could make that tube outside. They could bring, a couple animals from in there. I don't want a full dolphin show or anything like that, but an educational show to entertain people while they're eating at this restaurant. It'll be covered, trees like Matthew said, but it'll be nice and shaded, educational. But that's my idea. I want to combine the land area and the Living Seas to make it Land and Sea, and that'll be that side of the park. So that's my idea.
All right, so I have one question. I really liked your Land and Sea, and we all know that Moana is coming over there, so it's dad joke time. I just have one question for you. Are you going to make way for Moana to fit in there, over there somehow?
I don't think we need to fit Moana over there because she's got a whole Journey of Water section of the park. We're not going to take that away.
But she's coming over there, so you have to make way.
We could
Literally all of that was a setup for your dad joke?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
That's all.
I guess I'll understand
like
what
it.
He's exhausting.
So I'm the only one. Yes, he is. Am I the only one that had indoor?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pushing back on that. It's Florida, and in the summer it's hot, and that's a great, cool place to go. And there's 2 cool rides in there and a cool movie theater.
So,
but that's going away.
I mean, so is the long queue for Soarin'.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
So,
And
I'm
Matthew
pretty
put
sure-
a whole bunch of trees there, so it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
That's right.
it's all trees, and maybe
I'm
we can
pretty
get
sure-
some
Trees.
maybe
that
we can get
queue-
some fanage going on over there too.
Fan-
We'll
Fanage?
have we'll
Fanage.
have big fans.
A lot of big
It'll just
fans.
be
Get
a
the
hum.
sea breeze from the seaside of the land.
There it is.
I love
Swimming
it.
with the land. Nope, that doesn't work.
Oh yeah, maybe we can have a giant wave pool right next to the food place.
With the
sea will
with the
come over the
Kakamora, are
land.
they going to come and attack? And yeah, okay. Let's try
Somebody
that.
like soggy French fries.
Soggy French fries. If we had a name for the show, that would be it.
Soggy fries.
Brandon's Soggy Fries.
Oh, that was good. I enjoyed
fun.
that. Like that was, I liked this one because it was challenging, right? I mean, it's kind of like you'd almost have to literally, I mean, not being silly, you'd almost have to reimagine all of it if you wanted to redo it. It's just so, yeah. I mean, you can tell it was made in the 80s. There's not a lot that's been done to it.
Yeah.
That is been updated. I mean, Soarin' is definitely a big help and attraction, but yeah, I mean, I love the seasons, but that cafeteria feel and entering on the second floor is just weird. Like,
It doesn't make any sense.
And it's funny though. We're gonna probably do a bathrooms show, like our favorite bathrooms, and that is one of my favorite ones because you go on the second floor and almost people don't they go both ways, but like if you go left, right, there's a bathroom over there by by Garden Grill, and then by the escalator. Like, we all know that the Soarin' bathroom might be the most busiest bathrooms on property, but that one upstairs is crickets and everybody just goes by it.
Yeah.
And so it's a great bathroom to
Can I
stop it.
tell you something?
Yeah.
I didn't even know it existed.
Right?
Wow.
Don't tell your friends.
Okay.
This is only for you.
Yes.
ADP
listeners
secrets.
and watchers
We love
of
it.
our show. Yeah.
Yes. And another reason it makes no sense to enter on the second floor is because 99.9% of the time the escalator's broken. So you have to walk down the steps anyway.
Thankfully, they become stairs.
And also 99.99999% of the pavilion is downstairs.
Correct.
It's so weird. Again, I did not look up the structural or the blueprints as to why it is, and probably Disney doesn't want you to know, but there's certainly a reason why it goes up. I guess something's under there. I don't know.
I mean, here's one thing we can think about. Awesome Planet. Why do you enter upstairs? You can enter downstairs.
Yeah.
Or you could have the ability to enter downstairs.
Yeah, and still have it.
Yeah.
Yep. 'Tis a weird building.
It's a movie theater.
Weird building.
But yeah.
Fun
These are great,
times.
guys. All right.
Well, yeah, that was super fun. That was more challenging
we made
than
it through.
I anticipated.
Yeah, we made it through that challenge. It's a good point, Brandon.
All right. We will see you guys next time for Reimagineer It.
Yeah.